What is up, you guys? My name is Coach Danny, and I'm going to be breaking down all of the various dumbbell hold and carry positions. So if you get confused when someone says farmer's carry or suitcase carry or crossbody, front rack, Philly, all of these various holds and positions that you're going to be required to hold your dumbbells in, I'm going to be breaking them down one by one. Now, if you're here just because you want just one of them, I've chopped them up into smaller segments, and you can refer to those in the playlist on my YouTube channel. But starting it off with the most basic one, you've probably heard of it, the farmer's hold or farmer's carry. So you've got two dumbbells in this position, and you're just holding it like a farmer would hold some pails or buckets and walking in the farm. So you're just holding it right by your sides. Couple of things to note when it comes to the farmer's carry. Shoulders back, chest out, and shoulders or dumbbells stacked right in line with your hips. Oftentimes I see people and they're hunched over, they're kind of walking like this, they're letting the dumbbells get the best of them. You really want to own the dumbbells and get those upper back muscles involved as you hold and walk in this position. So that's the farmer's carry hold. So what's the difference between the farmer's carry hold and the suitcase hold? Really no difference. When I program this or write this out for my clients, I typically just call it a one-arm farmer's carry. A suitcase hold or carry is just one dumbbell in hand. So you're here and you're holding it like you would at an airport, suitcase style, or at least back in the 50s before they didn't have wheels. So your same concept here is your shoulders are stacked over and you're just owning that dumbbell in this position. Where I would refer to this as a suitcase position would be if I'm programming a suitcase deadlift. In that case, I would be programming the suitcase deadlift with the intent that that dumbbell stays on the outside of my foot and not on the inside of my foot. So that's the only time that I would refer to it as a suitcase carry, but in reality, suitcase carry, one-arm farmer's carry, basically the same exact thing. Moving on up the chain to the shoulders would be the front rack carry. So the front rack carry, I like to do it in this position. So if I'm holding the front rack with dumbbells, I'm keeping it stacked over my wrists. I myself am supporting the dumbbells and I'm using my musculature, not resting it here, to support that front rack position. So whether I'm doing lunges or walks or squats or thrusters, I'm holding the dumbbells in this position, basically the bottom of an Arnold press position. Now, with that being said, if you are training for a CrossFit competition or you are competing in some sort of an event that allows you to hold the front rack position like this or like this, with the intent that you're trying to conserve energy, that's totally fine. But if all you're trying to do is get a good workout, use as much muscle as possible so that you can gain muscle and gain strength, I would recommend holding your front rack position in that style. That way you're supporting it with your own muscles. Moving on to the overhead position, this is kind of self-explanatory. You're in this position, you're overhead, you're holding it, trying your best to keep your dumbbell and your arms vertical, stacked over that shoulders, not walking or holding it like this, but trying your best to do this. Also, keeping that belly in nice and tight. Try not to overextend the lower back. Okay, so that's the overhead position. Arguably that one is, or this one is the hardest of them all, just because both arms are overhead simultaneously. You can't rock to one side or the other side to kind of compensate. You're really forced to have good overhead mobility. Then you have the Philly press or the Philly hold, which is a really, really good one if you're just trying to get a cool, fun, different workout in. But oftentimes it's confused. You can do this with two dumbbells, but in reality, the real Philly press is done with one kettlebell and one dumbbell. So let me just demonstrate real quickly. You've got one dumbbell in the front rack position. I'm sorry, the kettlebell in the front rack position. The dumbbell pressed overhead. Okay. Same rules apply when it comes to that overhead position. You're locked out overhead. It's stacked right over your shoulder. And notice the kettlebell. It's in the front of my body. Watch the YouTube video on the kettlebell holds for more on this, but notice the kettlebell is in the front of my body It's not off to the side. It's definitely not resting on my shoulder, and I'm owning that position. So this is the Philly hold position right here. The next position and the last position is the cross body position. So cross body position is one arm overhead, one arm in the farmer's position. So think cross body. So you're here, and this is your hold, your walk. You can do lunges in this position. It's a fantastic way to kind of use your brain sometimes when you're working out, but it's a really, really good way to tax the shoulders, the grip, the upper back, everything. So same rules apply when it comes to the overhead position, stacked over the shoulder. Same rules apply with the farmer's position. You're pulling the shoulder blades back, and you're really getting those upper back muscles involved for this full upper body hold right here. So that's pretty much it, you guys. That's all the different variations broken down one by one. If you enjoyed this video, or if you know somebody who would, please share it with them. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.